Hello everybody, I'm Dr. Sujata, Professor and Head, Department of Civil Engineering of K. Ramakrishnan College of Technology, which is located in a Samudram city, which is otherwise known as Temple City of Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu. So my video is about the Municipal Solid Waste Management. You all can wonder, viewers, you all can wonder why this topic has been recorded and displayed in the YouTube. The reason is each and every one of us on the earth is generating many waste day by day, time to time, in one form or the another form. So, every one of us must know how to manage the solid waste that is generated by us. At the same time, how to reduce the waste that is generated as on date. So, in order to create a societal awareness regarding the municipal solid waste generation and management, this video has been created by myself. When you look at this video, you may come to know the following content. First, first one is what is exactly the solid waste? You may know what is exactly the solid waste and what are the various kinds of solid waste and what are the sources through which the solid waste has been generated and what are the factors that affect solid waste generation and how to manage it. Then at the end of this video you may come to know the integrated solid waste management. Okay, so let us get into the topic. See, first of all, we'll see what are the sources and types of the municipal solid waste. Before that, you should know what do you mean by a municipal solid waste. Before that, you should know what is solid waste. In general, the waste is nothing but unwanted or unusable materials. See, due to rapid increase in the production and consumption processes, the society generate rejected solid materials regularly from various sectors such as agriculture, commercial, then domestic, industrial, and institutional. Considerable volume of the waste thus generated and rejected is called as solid waste. Waste or unwanted or unusable materials. See, initially we are buying one object and after a few days or few years or few decades, that object may become obsolete and new object may enter into the society in the market and we all will like to purchase that. So the older one what you are possessing will become a waste. We are not really going to use that. That has become waste and that is nothing but the unwanted or unusable material. So it is any substance which is discarded after primary use or it is worthless, defective, or of no use. That is called as waste. So the solid waste, we must know what are the various kinds of solid waste and what are the sources. I already told you the first slide. The sources of the solid waste are the agriculture, domestic, industry, and so on. The solid waste or organic and inorganic waste materials such as product packaging, grass clippings, furniture, clothing, then kitchen refuse, appliances, paint cans, batteries, which are produced by a society which do not generally carry any value at all for the first user. So those are said to be solid waste. Next, we'll enter into the next topic of this module, that is nothing but kinds of waste. There are municipal solid waste, which are nothing but household trashes and refuse, then hazardous waste, then even we have liquid waste such as wastewater, such as sewage, which contains a body waste, includes fecal and the urine waste. Then surface runoff, and we have radioactive waste, biomedical waste, and so on. So these are the various kinds of waste which you and me will be encountering day by day. The municipal solid waste has a special name in various countries that I'm displaying here. It is commonly known as a trash or a garbage in the United States and rubbish in Britain. It is a waste type consisting of everyday items that are public. Discarded by the public. That is called as municipal solid waste. Okay. So this solid waste in India, we must understand in India how much waste has been generated periodically. Around 7.2 million tons of hazardous waste has been generated in a year, and around 1,600 crores has been allotted for the treatment and disposal of these waste. Imagine how much crores we are just allocating for this purpose alone. And every day the landfill area is going on increases. Actually, this solid waste will be discarded in a landfill. So this landfill uh, need has been increasing day by day. Apart from 7.2 million tons of hazardous waste, industries are also discharging 150 million tons of high volume of hazardous waste every year, and that is mostly dumped in open lying land areas. Next, we'll get into the topic that is sources of solid waste. This I have already told you in the first slide. In depth, we are going to see the sources from where the solid waste are generated. Okay, they are from the agricultural area, and from the industrial area, and from commercial area, and so on. So, the knowledge of the sources and types of solid waste, as well as the information on composition and rate at which the waste are generated, they are essentially required for the design and operation of the waste treatment plant. The solid waste are classified on the basis of source of generation and type. It is based upon the source of generation. It is classified into garbage, ashes, residue, bulky waste, street waste, biodegradable and non-biodegradable, dead animals, abandoned vehicles, construction and demolition, and so on. Next, based on source, it is divided into residential, commercial, institutional, municipal, industrial, and agricultural, and even from open areas. Based upon the degradability nature of the waste, it is divided into biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Example of the biodegradable waste have been listed here. They are paper, cotton, cloth, woolen items, wood. Whereas coming to the non-biodegradable item, it consists of aluminium, tin, plastic bags, glass bottles, etc. Then coming to the typical waste generators from the various sources. such as single and multi-family dwellings and commercial area, the institutional municipal services and so on. So the list will be uh, in a lengthy way as we go on say the various types of typical ways that is generated in every sources. See, in the type column you may see garbage, combustible and non-combustible, ashes, bulky waste, dead animals, abandoned vehicles, C&D, industrial waste, hazardous waste, animal and agricultural waste, sewage treatment, residue. The description of each and every type has been given here. And see, combustible waste, non-combustible. Then we have bulky waste, that is large auto parts. Then dead animals, automobiles and spare parts. C&D, construction and demolition waste. It is otherwise called as C&D. Okay. Then waste from the industries and hazardous waste and manure and so on. See, when we talk about hazardous waste, we must understand what this hazardous waste is meant. If the waste has got any one of the following property, then that kind of waste is called as a hazardous waste. It can be either reactive, toxic, or corrosive, and it can be highly dangerous to the living being. Then non-hazardous is just a vice versa concept. There is Volta concept. If none of the waste has got none of this character, then that waste is called as a non-hazardous waste. Okay. So, I'm showing some example of non-hazardous waste here. You can look at the picture. You can understand what all the waste that can be categorized as a non-hazardous waste. Next, this is the record of the waste that is generated by various cities in India. I have given some few examples of various cities which generating waste and per capita. See, all these solid waste which are generated by us will be regulated by some ministry, and that ministry is nothing but Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. And we have urban local body also. And apart from that, all these rules and regulation has been scripted into a manual called CPHE manual. It's nothing but a book which tells you about various norms any particular group of citizen or a group of people or an industry or a corporate or a commercial people should follow. So this urban local body constitute municipal corporation, the municipal council and Nagar Panchayat. See, when the waste has been generated, that waste must the property of that waste must be found out. That is called as characterization of waste. And to find out the property of the waste, all the waste cannot be taken as such. See, in the previous slides, I have shown you how much waste that is produced per person per city per day. So it is tons and tons of waste. So all those tons of waste cannot be taken into account for a property study or a characterization study. So among that waste, a sample has been taken, and that sample has been undergone a characterization study. So that small sample can be done by many methods. Those are sampling called as sampling methods. They may be sampling at source or sampling at the disposal site. Sample is nothing but a small group which is the representative of the entire mass, and it is known as a sampling method. Next, we are going to see the composition of the solid waste. if you we are saying that tons and tons of waste has been generated every year, then what are the exactly the products that is there in the solid waste? They are glass, paper, food scraps, wood, yard trimmings, and rubber, leather, and textiles, plastics, metals, glasses, and many other many other materials. So this is the composition of the municipal solid waste. Organics, recyclables, and inert materials all together are called as a municipal solid waste. See, this municipal solid waste generation will differ from place to place, and there are some basic factors which affects the generation of the solid waste. They are economic condition of the people, customs of the people, climatic condition, the geographical location, season of the year, collection frequency, and use of kitchen waste, grinders, characteristics of population, extent of salvaging and recycling, public attitude, legislation, and rules in any particular area in concern. So, based upon these factors, the solid waste generation may vary. You must understand what is the integrated solid waste management. Now, coming to the part of the waste management. So far in the previous slide, you may understand what is the kind of the waste, what do you mean by the solid waste, and what are the various types of solid waste, and what are the composition of the solid waste. So, integrated solid waste management can be defined as a way of using a combination of waste management techniques to treat the different kinds of waste in the way which are environmentally, financially, and socially sustainable. It focuses on three R's: waste reduction, reuse, and waste recycling. It depends on the collaboration among all the organizations and individuals involved in the